Hi guys, Danica here, and I just want to kind of record this kind of format video. I want to talk about some topics that I think would be great if I'll post it without editing. So most of the videos that I have posted in this channel, we run it to a video editor software like Adobe Premiere, and then we focus on a specific topic, like example WP Fusion, BuddyBoss, and other tools. Now, I do try my best to keep those tutorials as informative as possible, but I do understand as well that sometimes I needed to cut few things so that each video is just specific to that area. So I want to try if this kind of video also helps, especially in answering some of the questions that I see online, and maybe I could share my experiences on those tools as well. And there's also other apps that I wanna experience or try. So I'm also continually searching basically. So again, I'm Danica. If you don't know me yet, if you're new to this channel, so I've been building membership site since I forgot, but it's really for a while now. And then I started building e-learning site back when there was really no BuddyBoss and stuff. I started, I think, with Module Moodle. If you have bumped into that, but that was the first e-learning experience or school type experience that I have tried building before. And then eventually I moved to WordPress and have worked with a client whose main service is building WordPress membership sites. So that's when my learning really starts on how to build this kind of platform, why you need CRM and stuff and so on, until we have lots and lots of plugins right now. Like example, we have BuddyBoss, we have LearnDash, we have Tutor LMS, and more. Before, those tools did exist, but they weren't that great, I remember, especially BuddyBoss. It's what called, I think, Social Learner something. Yeah, and then I'm not sure. I have built different kinds of websites from Shopify, e-commerce, portfolio sites, but it seems like I get more hook in building WordPress membership site. I think it's because I really enjoy, like example, if I work with a coach who's focused in fitness, I really enjoy their content, and it challenges me to think of, okay, so how can I help in arranging or designing this website layout so that their members can digest their content properly. Those kinds of challenges I really enjoy, and every project I always learn something new. So for me, it's always exciting. It's always like I know that there's something that I'm gonna learn. And it's always like, okay, so if this is my version right now of a dashboard, is there something that I could improve so that the experience of members who's using the website improves, right? So those challenges energize me, and maybe that's why I got hooked in e-learning sites. Now, before pandemic, it was more on just Memberium, Keep, and so on. But then I think after COVID-19, a lot of apps got improved, a lot of apps become popular, and that really helped in improving the e-learning environment. So yeah, I was more into like WordPress sites, but I also really appreciate other apps, because before WordPress became great in building this kind of e-learning sites, I was able to build platform as well. Like, I think I remember Kajabi, but I did not build e-learning in there, but I remember working on it. I think setting up products, if I'm not mistaken. And then for it was more on Teachable, Thinkific was my experience, especially Teachable. I also enjoy that using that app. So before WordPress, these tools exist already, and I enjoyed using them, and it's really wow because if you have used Moodle, Moodle, I think it's not sure if it's how it looks right now, but it's this one. If you have set up this one way back before, and I'm not sure how it looks right now, but if you have set this up, then before it just looks not that nice in terms of UX UI, but still I enjoy the process. I just really enjoy setting up the content inside when I was working on module before. And especially when I have learned that, oh, you can actually do that with WordPress as well. Yeah, those tools I have used. And then now, most of the time, I use BuddyBoss Team, partner that with Elementor. And then for custom field, I partner that with Crocoblock. Now, I know there is also ACF, but I'm not sure why exactly reason, but it's just that I enjoy the existing functionality for Crocoblock's jet engine than ACF. It's maybe because I'm not really like I do understand codes and stuff, but I'm not very into it. I enjoy more building the layout, designing the layout, and researching what exact tools can help in this project or in this e-learning site, those kinds of things. And I think Jet Engine was able to provide me those functionalities. So that is why I wasn't able to really use ACF a lot. So, but yeah, ACF also exists if you need custom field. And then after that, that's when I also, before it was more on Memberium really, because most of the projects that I've been working with are all Keep or Infusionsoft. But then after a while, I have discovered, I think WP Fusion, yeah. WP Fusion, I remember before they were not specifically like marketed this way, especially in the tagging, or maybe I've just missed it. But I remember it looks different and they were not kind of marketing this way. But then when I have discovered it again or reuse it again, I realized that it has like so much powerful integration with one plugin to another, or one like CRM to another, like an example, Infusionsoft Active Campaign, right? It is able to communicate this CRM to your site and work together and do a bunch of things. And that's why I really enjoyed it as well. And yeah, so after that, it's kind of like WP Fusion, Crocoblock, and BuddyBoss, and of course Elementor became my favorite tool, and that's why most of my tutorials are in that area. But other than that, I also like understand why you need to stick. They keep on saying you need to start using Gutenberg. You need to start using the Gutenberg editor. But after using Gutenberg editor, yeah, sure, there's cadence, right? But it just seems like I'm not sure if it's because of just my comfort with using Elementor, but it just seems like Elementor, even though there's lots and lots of issues if you're just gonna read the forums and stuff, even though they have that, I still find it very easy to build those sections. And then if so we're kind of 50-50 right now in building pages. So of course we wanna support fully the Gutenberg. I hope the existing page editors is gonna continue to improve like Aiden's. But if Gutenberg editor is not really available, especially when building custom layouts and stuff, we needed to use Elementor for those templates. Yeah, that's my opinion with this editors and page builder. But yeah, those are my currently, if you're gonna ask WordPress favorite plugins for building e-learning sites, of course, LearnDash, WP Fusion, Elementor, BuddyBoss. But another tool is also starting to become my favorite, especially with the teachers functionality. So it's Tutor LMS, and they kinda market themselves as like all-in-one solution. So seems like if you install or use Tutor LMS, it will have all of those bunch of functionalities that will allow you to sell courses as fast as possible. So from selling it to payment gateway to analytics and stuff, from grading and stuff. I think I need to dive in more with Tutor LMS, but I'm using this for one of our sites and continually feeling like awe on the features that it offers that's not available in other LMS yet. Example with LearnDash. So I really think Tutor LMS is something that will continue to improve and become great as time goes by. It's just that it's just so easy to set up, although it's not that doesn't look that good yet with BuddyBoss, in my opinion, unlike with LearnDash. But if you know CSS, you could adjust that. But yeah, I think in the long run, it seems like they have those functionalities that will help you in building the courses and stuff that you need. And then again, especially if you have the teachers to student relationship. Now, that being said, the LearnDash also has like a teacher to student functionality. They purchase Wisdom Labs, they have the instructor role, and then they own that now, and then they're working on integrating those. I think they're fixing current bugs or bugs that I saw before. But yeah, Tutor LMS, it's becoming one of my favorites right now. So I really hope they're gonna continue to work on have making this app better and better as time goes by. Maybe after WP Fusion, I could record tutorials about this so that we both can work together and see if you have any question about this app. But yeah, you could visit their site and they have this documentation and stuff of which app they currently integrate to. Yeah, I hope I've mentioned those favorites. But other than that, I think I also want to talk about non-WordPress apps. Okay, so non-WordPress apps, going back, I have worked with Teachable, Thinkific. I think those tools are great, to be honest. If you need the fastest way to set up courses, I think, and then you don't have the time, in my opinion, you should go with these kinds of apps like Kajabi, Skool, Thinkific, Teachable, because they already built their platform to be able for you to put up your courses as fast as possible. And of course, you can customize the layout and stuff. You need to follow the existing layout, but it allows you to launch your course as fast as possible. So those apps allows you to do that. Now, based on my research, it seems like Kajabi and Skool are popular if you're gonna search online. And this, other than, of course, again, Teachable. I think Teachable is good for newbies, right? Thinkific. Haven't used Teachable for a while, but I think when you are setting up courses right now, I think you should always think to have like a community functionality. So I suggest you check that out if they have that functionality, great, because you're gonna need that to interact with your members. I think other courses are, if they're not using Teachable in Thinkific, I also saw like they're using Patreon. Patreon. Seems like others are using Patreon to share learnings, and then their learnings guide templates, and then they have their members just join in their Patreon account. I also saw that one. But yeah, if you use Kajabi, the way they market it is it's like an all-in-one tool. So you could sell, build courses, send emails and stuff. So everything is in one place. I'm gonna maybe try Kajabi soon so that I could walk you through, especially if you're wondering what's inside, and maybe share my point of view on those sections that they already offer, and maybe compare that on what WordPress have. And then last is Skool. I think what's great with Skool is I saw some ovens launch this. I think it was it during pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. But I saw when there was just like in the beginning stage. I think I saw that YouTube video when some ovens did a comeback, and then I think after he purchased or sold his company consulting.com, if I'm not mistaken. And then this Skool became next. And then I think what's great about Skool is they allow you to have to host your community here. And then if I'm have a Skool account, I could also search other creators here and join. So example, if I'm, let's just say I want business community, so I could search here, I could join. If I want, let's just say minimalist, so lifestyle, so I could search and join. And so it's there's like they're removing the difficulties of finding this community, and then others are free, others are paid, and with that you could easily like, oh, I already have schools, so all I need to do is just join and sign up, right? And so on. So those functionality I think really helps on, and really one of the reason why Skool is successful and what they're doing. I haven't created my own account yet, but planning to create one to test or try their platform. But I've heard a lot of great things about them. Again, I cannot say my full opinion yet because I haven't really set up an account on my own. But yeah, those are apps that I think are popular right now, and my opinion or what I see online about them. Bottom line is, I think these apps are great. They're so great that they allow you to host communities, build courses, launch courses as fast as possible. There's nothing like I don't see any disadvantage on that one. It's all great. What I do notice is clients who we work with using WordPress, those are clients who really want custom layout for their platform. Like they want to have specific pages, they want to have specific sections, they want to have specific library. So with that, of course, WordPress is their options because these tools like Skool, Kajabi, and so on. Or I'm not sure if others provide customization in terms of layout, but when I tried Teachable, Thinkific before, there was no, though I didn't see those options. So, and again, that could be why they are going to using WordPress for their community, like with BuddyBoss, building custom library, and so on. So, yeah, that's my opinion with that topic. But still, even if I am like fully into building WordPress e-learning or online courses, I still really enjoy these other platforms, and I do check them and I do want to try them. So when building online course and stuff, I don't think you need to lock yourself on just specific tool. I believe that the tools right now we're gonna continue to improve. WordPress e-learning plugins are going to continue to improve. So it's just a matter of you having your own preference of which tool is the right for you. Now, side note on that one. So that's my point of view on the WordPress versus non-WordPress app for building online courses. I want to talk about I had like multiple projects like failed, right? So, and I want to talk about some of the things that I've noticed when a project fails. Now, what I mean with fails is when we build the website, we have the design, but then it did not properly launch. There are lots of reasons, but one of the factor is I think having no list. Like if you don't have a list yet, I think you're gonna have hard time on selling or promoting your course. Other than having no list is if you focus on the tools, like example, if you really focus like let me just get this right. Let's just get everything set up and then we'll worry on the lunch later or how to market this later. So if you're gonna focus on the tech side a lot, you're gonna miss on the other much important stuff. So my team, we focus on the tech side. That's why we're here. But for most of our clients, they have marketing team as well. So we combine those information and we build those sections or pages that coming from the marketing team. So we work together, right? Now, we don't do marketing, we don't do ads. So we're kind of limited on that area, and having a marketing team beside us working really helps in making sure that the courses or the promo is gonna go well. So I think that's one of the factor. And then again, some of our projects, instead of focusing on taking it live as fast as possible after the initial layout that we've agreed, some projects get stuck on putting a lot of effort on the tools, on the layout and stuff, which I'm also guilty because again, I'm a designer, I build stuff. So I tend to focus a lot on those area. But again, it's my job to do that. We as a team, it's our job to do that. But for our for clients or projects that we're working with, I suggest that I think it will really help if there's a combination of us focusing in these tools and then marketing side as well. So yeah, I think that's it for that section. So we've talked about WordPress and non-WordPress platform and things that I notice when or why some projects don't launch the way it's expected. And I think that's also why I really am working on improving our UX UI as well with a marketing thinking beside it, because your layout is gonna be useless or will not work if the flow is not right or is not built to achieve your goal. Like example, if your goal is for them to sign up as a free members, and then if your goal is for them to upgrade, the layout for that is gonna be different, right? Now, if your goal is for them to sign up with your initial course, and then for them to buy your physical products, of course, the layout for that is different as well. So with the marketing in mind on those layouts, that's another area of how we can improve on helping the projects that we work with. Yeah, well, I hope this kind of video helps. I'm not gonna edit this, I'm just gonna post it directly. And again, I know that I'm guilty that some of the tutorials are not that detailed. So in the next videos, I'm gonna try my best to keep it beginners friendly. I really want to have lots and lots of playlists on the tools and apps that we use and just share that to everyone, because I think if you understand these tools, you will be able to choose which one is the right for you. And then if you think this did not work, then of course, if there's other, like if we have other tutorials like in Teachable, Thinkific, WordPress, Kajabi, Skool, that's gonna help others to decide so which app is really for them, right? And then what are the pros and cons based on our experience on the projects that we are working with. In this tutorials, I don't want to lie or sugarcoat things or like speak about stuff that I or our team haven't able to experience yet. Yeah, sure, I can reference some research that I've seen, but still, I think I want to focus our tutorials on the real experiences that we have on our projects. So yeah, I hope this video helps and I'll see you in my next video. If you like this format, please comment it down below. It would help me decide if these kinds of direct to the point tutorials, other than the focused on the apps tutorials that we also do, helps you in your journey of creating your online course platform. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.